In the beginning, Level Eater was a gallery show in Chicago celebrating artistry and geekery. Today, Level Eater spans multiple campaigns of play dedicated to raising funds for local arts and charities. Tonight, we raise funds for Lumpen Radio and shape the fate of Chicago's ongoing campaign, set in a fantastical city called Portsbridge. Portsbridge was pulled from the realm it once knew as home, torn away by an evil nemesis, and lost between worlds. Malevolent creatures serving a dreaded demigod called the Devourer have tried to take the city, but it resists and endures. Using volatile magic to escape the Devourer, Portsbridge materialized in a strange new land, caught between rival kingdoms. Now, adventurers from Portsbridge undertake quests across that land to supply the city before it makes a profound choice. Stay in this realm for a year, or use magic while the stars are right to try and get home.
Welcome, guys.
Dark sounds cool.
And I'm told we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Level Eater 11. We are so excited to be here. So I'm Darcy Ross, and I get to DM the finale game of this lovely Level Eater experience that has been taking place virtually across tables all over the place this year. So if you're kind of new to what this event is, we are raising money for the wonderful radio station Lumpen Radio. They're part of the Public Media Institute, and Level Eater is a really fantastic, wild and many-faceted event that happens every year where we celebrate cool storytelling and D&D together. There's usually an art show and all kinds of really interesting artsy and fun events that all lead toward supporting this great, bastion of arts delight in Lumpen Radio. So what has been happening this year is that folks have been playing adventures at home, and we are all deciding the long-running fate of Portsbridge. So over the past few years, this fantasy town of Portsbridge has, over Level Eater after Level Eater, been beset upon by demons. It's had all sorts of otherworldly entities and, many tentacled beasts, rain down on its walls. In short, it's had a pretty rough time. Most recently, it's been teleported to a new land. And in this adventure, we and the many other adventurers of Portsbridge have been gathering components and support from these new allies to determine whether we can, teleport our city back home, whether we should teleport it somewhere else, or whether we should try and stay here and settle this new land that we're in. So my wonderful players here, I'm so excited, are going to play through some of our lovely quests today. And we are going to, at the end of it, sort of weigh in on the question of, does Portsbridge try to leave or stay? And, what is the outcome? So we're really excited to be the end cap to this wonderful series of adventures. So that's a lot of me. I would love it if you folks would introduce yourselves so the audience knows, who you are as people, and if you'd like to sort of let us know your name, maybe your Twitter handle or something, and then tell us about your character, at least, name and class and that sort of thing. So why don't we start with you, Gabe, if that's okay?
Absolutely. Hi, I am Gabe James Games, across the internet, and I'm playing Eldwall, the elven rogue who's definitely hydrated enough and fed for this adventure.
Excellent. Thank you. Let's pop on over to Jen. Why don't you introduce us?
Hey, I am Jen Kretschmer. I am Dreamwisp on Twitter, Dreamwisp Jen on Twitch, and tonight I am playing Kithirn, or Kit, your absurdly excited Scoutmaster, Bard, half-elf Bard.
Wonderful. And let's go down on the Zoom to Ariel. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ariel Celeste. I am playing your devout and devoted cleric Crane. I'm at Ariel Contessa on Twitter.
Thank you. And finally, Chris, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Chris Funk, reporting from Portland, Oregon, soon to be dumped into another world called Portsbridge, where I will be playing Danny Carr, who is a dragonborn fighter, and they go by they, them. I go by he, him. I'm excited to be here, rocking it.
Oh, and we are so excited to have all of you. Thank you so much. Chat, I just want you to know how you can influence the story along with us. So other than, being lovely and reacting to this story that these beautiful people are going to be weaving with us together, you can impact the story by going to the buddy shop of Level Leader, and you can actually buy the adventure pack and that I'm going to be playing out of, and you can also buy the lore guide to tell you all about Portsbridge and show off all of the really cool art that's been made for this event over the years and learn more about it. So you can get all these cool materials to play at home. You can get amazing swag like this sweater and dice. Plenty of good things to check out in that Level Leader store at the Buddy Shop. So you can go to levelleader.com and that will get you there. Now, buying this swag is, first of all, great because swag is great, but also we'll be helping out the radio station. It'll kind of help this fundraising goals. Importantly, we will be, as people purchase, adventures and merch, we'll hit different milestones. And at those points, I will, first of all, we will give away a bunch of free codes for people to get an adventure and lore pack. So we're going to give away some of this great content. And the other thing is I get to roll on this terrifyingly delightful Darcy effects table that you can't see, haha. And you are going to introduce complicating or delightful elements that the players will have to contend with as they go through these adventures. So in short, go check out that sweet Level Leader merch. Help us help Lumpen Radio and the Public Media Institute continue to do their great work. And as we go through, you'll also get some cool swag out of it, free codes and maybe some sweatshirts and stuff. So thank you all so much for checking that out. We really appreciate it. Yeah. All right, folks. I think unless my lovely, backstage managers tell me otherwise, I think we're kind of ready to start. So the one thing I want to show is the sort of map of where Portsbridge has landed. So if we can switch to the scene showing how Portsbridge has now plopped itself in this sort of blasted wasteland between two kingdoms that are sort of rivals with each other in a sort of tight situation that they're in. So you can see to the west, we have Erdwin. It's sort of a kingdom of prairies and rolling hills that's been really troubled by its crops being, having really bad years lately. To the north, you can see that mountainous, dark-looking, spooky region is Unkarn. This is a tyrannical, crumbling empire that has been attacking both kingdoms and Portsbridge now, and causing all manner of mayhem and sadness in this land. To the east, we have Zosha. This is a highly isolationist, kind of forested citadel. The main city is full of high-flung towers and big, big walls. So over the last year of Portsbridge being here, these lovely characters, along with their, comrades and fellow citizens of Portsbridge, have been kind of appealing to both the Iridwen people and the Zosha folks, trying to establish alliances, trying to obtain resources to protect and to feed the people of Portsbridge, and trying to obtain magical components to fire up that engine that helped them teleport here in the first place out of a very dire situation before. So I think we can switch back to the lovely characters image, but I just wanted to orient you all. You can see that there were some numbers on that map. And that leads us to sort of our quest menu. So all of the adventures, all the tables of Level Leader this year got to pick some different quests to go on. So some of you in chat may recognize these. I'm sure these lovely players will take things in wildly different directions. They're all valid. So my lovely players here, I would love to know, let's see. I would love to know if there were any quests on that menu that were particularly, you were drawn to and you want to dive into first.
Eldwall likes a good heist.
Shocking from our rogue. How do you all feel about a heist? Feeling it today?
I love a
Heists are
heist.
fun. Yeah.
Heists are fun. Fun's a good place to start.
Excellent. I think this is a great one to start with. And so what we're going to do is we're going to dive into this first quest, our heist. And then we are going to sort of see what the outcome is. And then we're going to kind of role play a little bit what takes you from one quest to another. So we'll hopefully get some more time to see who these lovely characters are when they're off the clock or when they're on the road at the campfire. So, but first, let's start with the heist. Thank you, guys. We're going to open up on a lovely sort of throne room of Zosha. So this is that isolationist, high-towered city. And I was wondering if we could kind of zoom in, if anyone wants to tell me, like, what does your character look like? As we enter upon your successful completion of the heist, or at least you're coming back to report on how the heist went, which is delightful. We're basically going to backflash to all the different steps of it. So you have just come back from the heist. You are in the throne room. The king of Zosha is there looking down on you expectantly, waiting to find out, have you returned with the artifact stolen from Zosha many years ago by Unkarn? So you've gone to Unkarn, you've maybe gotten something, and you've come back to report on it. And we'll find out how that adventure went as we flash back. But in the throne room, what do you guys look like? Are you haggard? What are you wearing? Who are you wearing tonight? I want to know it all.
Well, Kit is always prepared to be on an adventure. So, I've got a sash with a bunch of badges on it, and I've got a little bit of a uniform happening. I have a short pixie cut, and I have my provisions on me. What else do I have? I have a couple of different instruments for around the campfire for when we're singing. So I think I'm looking great. I think it went fantastic. Would everyone want, does everyone want to sit down and have a snack? Maybe some juice? Yeah?
I'm not hungry. I'm wearing a very sheer robe that is tattered and torn, and underneath it I'm wearing, of course, all leather, like Dragonborn are wont. And I'm not hungry. I don't want your snacks. But thank you very much, Kit.
I appreciate your manners.
I'm quite tired here. I am devoted to Lady Mariel Mars, the Duchess of Portsbridge. So I'm very familiar with these places the courts that we're in right now, and I feel very comfortable here. The smell of the things burning, it just brings so much joy to me, and I'm just happy to be back here. It's delicious.
Right at home. How does our rogue look? We've got a lot of eyes on you. I'm not sure if you're the kind of rogue that revels in that or that would rather be in some dark shadows.
I think I actually largely enjoy it. There's nice boots going up to my knees, loose pants and leather armor on my chest, probably a bit of a sash, short sword on one side, a dagger on the arm. Looking around in my pockets, Where's my gum gone? Hmm. It's
Excellent.
irrelevant. I'm fine.
Oh, love it. I will make a note of where has the gun gone? Perhaps on the heist.
Probably
perhaps on
took
the
it away
way.
because it's probably unsafe for him to have.
Most likely. That's why I want it.
Until riflery practice.
I thought you
Shouldn't be
said
carrying that around.
I thought you said, "Where's my gum gone?" And I got really excited that we
I
just come
did-
back from a major heist and you might be, a little salty.
Honestly, I did, but I actually enjoyed their reaction, so I wasn't going to. They were going to go looking for my gum, and that was the problem. But now they know, Danica. Now they know.
Lovely. All right. And Crane, how do you look in this, high vaulted, lovely, beautiful royal chamber as the camera zooms over to you?
A little overwhelmed. Crane, I haven't been very far and I haven't seen very much, so I'm very, very excited and a little tired and feeling torn between wanting to tend to my party and also not feeling like I can quite tend to myself. And these kinds of grand, great rooms are usually reserved for the most devout, right? Because that's how it works. And these people, because they're royal, they get to live this way. And so I'm a little concerned about that, or not sure what to do with that. I am small and stout and a little pudgy, and have a huge satchel that's heavier than you think it's going to be, but I can carry it just fine, thank you.
Ooh. Oh, I love that so much. Is anyone sporting any scars or bruising? Is there any kind of, do you all look pretty patched up already by Crane, or is anyone looking a little worse for wear?
I think everyone's working on those first aid badges.
Oh,
yeah. Kit, I'm a scout, not that sort of scout. I've got a little nick, but it's fine.
Why can't you be both? There's no reason you can't be a well-rounded scout.
It's being lazy. It's a choice.
I'm not looking my best. I need to have my sheer robe hemmed, but beyond that, I think I do look pretty fine.
Excellent. You're still fit for royalty, and Zosha, are not the most, overtly high fashion or very fancy. They, these are people who have been, really working hard to survive in a pretty harsh land. And so there's sort of a practicality to them, despite this grand atrium. You can see that the pedestal, as you walk up to the King of Zosha, is actually not that much higher than you. And it really feels that the auditorium soars above you and, almost humbles the royalty there as well. So you feel sort of in this together with these people. But still that, sort of focused brow of the King of Zosha looks down at you and sort of he opens his hands and asks, well, was your journey successful? Do you have the artifact? Remember, I want all the details of how you went about this. Unkarn stole this from us many years ago, and we are very grateful that you've been willing to help us. But how did my plan go? So the first step of his plan. So how we're going to do this, we're going to go through 7 steps, and we're going to flash back into how each of those went, and we'll kind of have some skill checks to represent like how well different things went. And so we'll find some success and failure, and failure is not bad here. It just complicates things, and it's just the plan going differently, right? So the first step of the plan is to cross the border into Unkarn undetected. So who was kind of leading that, and how did that go?
I wonder.
I think that might be me, actually.
Yes, Rogue. Tell me, how did your crossing the border go? What did you encounter, and how did you overcome it?
My clever plan was to have everyone get inside of barrels and then be taken in by traders, which is a fantastic idea. And thankfully, I think we were able to get in successfully. The problem was I wasn't aware that the barrels were also full of pickles at the same time. Wasn't the sort of
Briny.
pickle I was expecting.
Excellent. This is delightful. So we're going to need a roll. How well were you able to, emulate this, the pickles that you were supposed to be, or how well did this plan work? So you can look through, your skill list and let me know how you kind of want to approach this, and we'll have a roll. So I'm going to go find the DC real quick while you think about
Do we want this to be reasonable or do we want this to be ridiculous?
that.
I'm asking the
I think
party.
that's the
What do you
party.
think? What do you think, Barty? Do you want reasonable or do you want ridiculous?
When is the answer ever not ridiculous?
Cool. I just
It's
wanted to be
true.
validated. I'd like to roll deception because I feel like there was someone who probably opened a barrel and I want to lie to them
Yeah.
to say that I'm a pickle inspector.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, great.
Oh, is there a way
so-
I can help you with that? Oh, I can probably help you with that with the cutting words if they on their roll, depending how they do.
You get
Perfect.
me.
So I'm imagining Kit like looking through like a tiny hole in the pickle, barrel, like ready for action should this go south.
So that and for deception, that is a 15.
Okay, excellent. So that is just not successful.
So, may I
what's-
cutting words that?
Yeah. So what
Excellent.
starts to happen, Gabe, do you think? Is it that like, you're a really experienced liar, so you should be good at this, but is it that someone else comes in and sort of scrutinizes more? How does this start to almost go awry?
I think there was probably a moment when I realized the other 3 were in pickle barrels and mine were still like cucumbers.
Oh no. Oh, excellent.
It's like,
So you can deduct a 5 from their the opposed roll with the cutting
Wow.
words.
That's great. Then in that case, 15 is a strong success. So how do you recover? So, and what does this look like, Kit? Are you like whispering something to help Eldwall out? Is it just
think,
kind of a magic?
I think
thing?
I make the sound of like a beeping instrument. I mimic that sound using my I have some instrument that can do that. Oh, I have a flute. So or a viol. I can use a viol and I'll use my viol. I'll pluck the strings and get the sound to make it sound like there's a beeping instrument inside that barrel there.
And
I think it lends
distracting.
credibility to the plan.
I love it. And Eldwall runs with it.
yep. And I just put my lid back on.
Excellent. The beeping continues, and it sort of is like getting. It sounds kind of off-putting, and you see that the guards who are inspecting these barrels, as they walk closer to one, they're going to open it again. The beeping gets more loud and stuff, and they just don't want to get in the way of this. That they are not paid at this pay level to inspect the inspectors. They're just going to let you sort of move along in and not be causing trouble. They're
Yeah.
also not super loyal to the king. They're sort of not a passionate loyalists of the Unkarn empire, tyrannical empire. So so on you go through these these pickle barrels. The second step naturally is that you've gotten up into Killarm Castle. This is the main or like just off the main like fortress of the whole empire, is this Killarn Castle. It's more kind of a historical castle. It's falling down even more than kind of the main one is, but it's where a lot of it's kind of the historical seat of the empire, and so it's not far, but it's really crumbling. And so first of all, how do you get from pickle barrels over there? Is this like feeding the guards that like have to staff this kind of falling apart castle? Or is there like a scurrying at some point in an alley as you like run over from getting sent up to the king's larder to this sort of off-site temple or citadel?
I think we probably have some scurrying.
Okay.
Also some prestidigitation so that we don't smell like pickle juice anymore.
Oh,
Because that would give us
Yes.
away.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Also, it smells very strong.
So as you scurry across, you find yourself in kind of an abandoned courtyard, just away from the in a very good sight of Killarm Castle. And it's here that you have the step of scout out the castle to find the best entrance. So you're going to want to kind of scout it, assess its defenses, and figure out how you're going to get in and how you're going to sneak in. So let's see. Who would like to sort of lead that? Who has something to share about the story for how you scouted that and what went wrong and what went really well?
I is a great fighter. I've known many a battlefield, not in this realm, not in this world, not in Portsbridge. I just wound up here. I'm just trying to get home, by the way. I didn't want to come here. So Zosha is a familiar place for me as well. So I think I could use I didn't look at my sheet and see how low some of these things are for me for my character in advance, but I could perceive +2 for for some sort of entrance into this fortification.
Yeah, and should things go wrong, we're sort of vignetting through things. Should things come to a confrontation, I'm happy to sort of make an attack roll that represents like you grabbing a guard. I'm sort of willing to abstract this a lot of ways. So
thank you.
Let's see how your perception goes and if you stumble upon a guard.
I am perceiving it at an 11.
Ooh, okay.
Might be a little foggy out tonight or something, perhaps.
Yeah, so the fog started rolling in. The pickle inspection gag took a little more time than you expected. There was skirting and guards and and citizens that you had to sort of dive around. You had to prestidigitate yourself to sort of not cause any smell-related alarm, I guess. Lovely. So everything took a little longer, and the fog starts rolling in off the mountains, sort of surrounding this area. And so as that fog does, you find yourself kind of sneaking up to one of the side entrances of this castle that you think might be a good entrance. And you hear 2 steps coming behind you. You notice it just before the guard is kind of on you. And what do you do?
Am I here alone?
Are you?
I think I am here alone.
Yeah, I think you are. That sounds great.
I slowly stop walking and I stiffen up.
Ooh.
And I put my hand on my longsword.
Oh, I love it.
As if to send a message.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Would you mind making making a roll that's basically an attack roll, but I'm going to have it represent like you look like someone this person doesn't want to fight.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like a sort of like intimidated, ready to action.
Exactly.
Oh, they're gonna be fine. I rolled a 10.
Oh my gosh. So I was gonna have them be a DC of 10 because they're just sort of a kind of so you there's a moment where I think they maybe come up on you and they start to say something, and then they sort of their gaze keeps going up. Are you like a tall dragonborn, or are you sort of more short and stocky?
I'm like 6'5" and very slender.
Yeah. So I think the person sees kind of your weapon on the ground and your hands on the pommel, and then sort of just keeps sliding up and decides they are going to continue their guard circuit. And you see them kind of they sort of look at you and they look alarmed, and they start to like continue their guard circuit, and then they look behind their shoulder, and you see them say in like a really overt way, like, "Oh, oi boys, I'm going to the pub. You cover for me," and just bolts it, and is like watching you to make sure you can still try to grab him or something, but he is trying to assert himself as not a threat, this guy.
I'm gonna let him go away, and now I feel a little intimidated by the fact that we've maybe alerted some people that were here. I don't really understand the lay of the land of that, so I don't know how far my gang is right now, but
I'm imagining they were kind of like pretty close, like within like shouting distance, not that you'd probably shout, but sort of like basically over I think you're kind of there's like an outlying wall of this castle.
Okay.
And I think you're inside that, and they're just on the other side.
Okay, so I'm going to walk back to the area where I can see them, and I'm going to shoot up a little fire out of my nose, as long as I don't expend it, before short rest.
Yeah.
And just so they can see my fingers, and I'm just like.
Oh, dang. Excellent. So now, as you're telling this story, the king is, which of you is more, which of you is kind of the people person of the group, would you say? Kit. Yeah.
That would be me.
So, Kit, what you notice is that the king is really, the advisors are really like focused on like, every time that you missed the perception check, right? A guard got the drop on you. Some of these advisors are like, oh, these guys, these schmoes, they're not good. They're sort of really focused on like what you're telling them as to like, did you guys succeed or failed? Are you telling a really aggrandized story or being honest with them? But the king, you notice, is really like watching kind of your thought process and seems to be paying attention to like who you are as people a little more. He doesn't even seem to care that much like what happens at the different beats. You get the sense that he's trying to get a read on you more so than even caring about how the heist went. So
Can
just a heads up.
I get any sort of, based on what I know about the kingdom, any sort of vibe of what he might be looking for? Trying to figure out.
That. Could you give me a roll? Yeah, I don't think this
Absolutely.
is going to be super hard because you've met him before when he gave
Is
you
it
the
a history or?
Yeah, I think that would make sense. You could definitely
Okay.
bring history to bear on this.
It's a 14.
Okay, excellent. So as you're watching this, and your goal is to kind of find out like what is he really after, right? You're thinking back to stories you've heard about Zosha where they've had the opportunity to sort of ally with that other country, Erdwin and other groups. And you've noticed that it's a really big theme of this country and specifically the royal lineage that they often make these bargains and alliances that are extremely based on the people they're working with. There have been marriages called off because, someone was, caught doing something kind of immoral, it was like stealing or being a jerk, like really valuable, politically good things have been called off because this, king or queen had noticed that like, the people they're working with are kind of being less than honest and less than sort of morally upstanding. So you think that that's what he's really trying to figure out about you guys is.
So I'd like to just say directly to him, because this is part of what I do. I know you're looking to see if we're being honest here, and I'm happy to tell you we will be with you if you want us to be. We're not gonna to lie to you. We're happy to be honest with you about that if that's what you're looking for.
The king stops for a moment and says, your honesty is important to me. And, Portsbridge is a very alien entity to me. And good Dragonborn, I hear that Portsbridge is new to you as well. What I am trying to understand is what manner of people you are. Are you the kind of people that the long term, we will feel good about having helped you? Are you the kind of people that have been taking a lot of resources from this land and have been focused very rightly on the needs of your own citizens, but will you look beyond that? Dragonborn, as an outsider, you may be able to comment a little on this. Would you tell me what your feeling is on the nature of Portsbridge, their citizenry? What kind of people are we dealing with here? I'm interested to know how this heist went. I'm interested in how you think about problems. I think I like to understand many aspects of people before I elect to help or hurt them. But Dragonborn,
Absolutely.
I think you may be able to give me a good sense of this.
Well, I will first say, I would invite you to Portsbridge if you've never been before. It's a really weird, there's a wonderful discount on places to stay right now, according to the Duchess of Portsbridge, of whom I serve, because things are just quite frankly a little bit slow. But Portsbridge is a wonderful place that needs a little bit of vetting for it to be complete and a truly noble place, and that's why I remain serving Lady Mariel Mars, as I mentioned, the Duchess of Portsbridge. So these people stand to serve for that goodness and are amazing, commendable people as a result, because they've remained in Portsbridge and they've not moved outside of Portsbridge, if you know what I'm saying. So they love their city. They stay true to their city, and it's a sign of honor. And I'm proud to serve. I've only been here for 1 year.
Hmm.
I am looking, however, to get home. If you can help me get home.
You see the king look over toward kind of a small gaggle of what look like spellcasters. They've got, strange pouches of, crystals and things sort of dangling. They've just got the look of someone using magic about them. And you see that they've noticed this request and start whispering to each other. And the king
I
says, mhm.
I notice that, and I say I would like. I look at them and I say, I am loyal to her and therefore to the city of Portsbridge, though, and
Hmm.
only when the Duchess of Portsbridge says it's so, then I will leave. And I
Uh,
wave to them.
Oh, I love it. They sort of quiet down as they consider this quite strong statement of loyalty for someone so new to Portsbridge. So you can see that you've piqued the interest in who this Duchess is and getting to know Portsbridge a little better. The king says, the king nods for a moment and points to the cleric, our lovely Crane. Um, my eyes and ears, you'll forgive me for having sent along some measure of assurance that you are doing what you said you are doing, although you've been nothing but honest with me. Cleric, my eyes and ears said that you had a hand in sneaking across the castle grounds and infiltrating the stables gate on the east side, which is sort of where you've identified that best entrance. Um, my spies were not able to see how you accomplished that more deeply. Our sort of intel ran out once you were beyond the castle walls. Cleric, could you tell me how did that step go? How did you get in the stables so successfully?
Everyone needs a little help and a little guidance, and I presented my moment of need to people who should have been paying attention, and instead traded them my wisdom for their wisdom as they solved an old but dangerous problem that has been following me for a very long time, and used them as a distraction as my friends made their way towards the horses.
Ooh, I'm so curious. So let's get a skill check on how this went down. So you kind of yeah, could you like narrate this for us as we, flashback, the camera shows you coming into the light of the stables gate or coming at the edge of it. What do we see? Maybe we should roll first and then you can like describe it a little bit.
Okay.
Are you thinking like what's the kind of role you think this might be? What kind of skill?
Oh no, that's beyond my knowledge base.
Are you like trying to empathize with them? Are you trying to kind of tell them a story and just distract them?
I am being persuasive.
Ooh, cool.
I am trying to kind of tap into the light and the divine and see if I can show them some of that so that they might lean into their better angels.
Oh, wow. I love that. Cool. So, yeah, make a persuasion check. And all the while, your compatriots are sort of ready to sneak behind as you are entreating them to step up. Very cool. Why don't you make this roll?
So I'm going to roll, but I don't actually know what I'm rolling against.
Yeah, I'm keeping that secret because I'm a monster.
Here we go. So my persuasion is a +3.
Mm-hmm.
And I add that to the dice that I just rolled. This is everyone learning that I don't really know how to play D&D. There we go. Is that right? I put those two numbers together. Okay, so that gives me an 8.
Oh, actually, I should have given you advantage for this. So
okay.
You get to roll the D20 twice and take the bigger number because I think this is
do that.
Your God is smiling on you, right?
Okay, so then 13 plus
nice.
3 is 16.
Oh, nice. This is really good. So more than just providing a distraction, you see that there are sort of three women. They look like they might be sisters. They have long braids that are done in very different styles to sort of, they look like they're close in age and get that sort of, you get called different names. And so they're trying to look different, but they have really, really similar, facial structures. They look really similar. And you can see that they each go for a different weapon as soon as you kind of step into the light. One's got, let's have some like cool, weird weapons. What are some weird weapons they could have? I feel like Unkarn should have something like, unusual.
Halberds? I don't know.
Oh, I love a halberd. Big.
Okay.
Some sort of like cool scythe, maybe.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I think they've got like cool bladed weapons of really different styles. So we've got a scythe, got a halberd, and
Some sort of scimitar, maybe like really elaborate, fancy.
Like a
yeah,
Kopes.
still agree.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
With like a really with a folded steel blade with
Oh,
woven
beautiful.
inlaid magic goodies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you came across, not just your usual stable guards. These,
No.
These are, clearly from either some like important kind of warrior group. They're clearly highly trained, and they sort of draw their varied weapons on you. And we sort of vignette through you like getting past their initial sort of violent instincts and further really talking to them. Can you do you think there was like a moment where what's the like thing that you said that like really pulled them over? Is it like appealing to their family, or just like you should want to be good because, for your own sake? What are you feeling? What do you think was the crux?
I think it's the fact that what I found the most remarkable about them was their connection to each other and their deep willingness to support each other and stand by each other regardless of anything. And while they're brandishing these very scary weapons at me, and clearly you are, powerful, competent women, but that's not actually the most remarkable thing about you, is it? It's that through all of these years, you have taken care of each other and stood by each other. And I ask their advice on advising a particular set of siblings in my life back home, who over the years have not quite been able to maintain that connection. And since I myself never had any siblings, I'm a little out of my depth. And so I beg their empathy and their compassion, and perhaps they could advise me well so that I may advise my charge as well.
Oh my gosh. Have some inspiration. So just make a little note that you have one inspiration.
Okay.
We can use that for a whole bunch of stuff, but you can use it for a reroll. You can, if you basically want to pull on the, hey, Darcy, I'm yanking narrative control in a certain way. That's a great spend of it.
Okay.
I think that's lovely. And so as you're having this really impassioned heart to heart with people, we see your three compatriots, easily able to get into the deeper inner workings of the castle. I think this is very lovely. Oh my gosh. And it's a great moment. We actually just hit a milestone. So thank you all so much for supporting the radio and the show.
Yay!
That's really
Thank
lovely.
you.
And it's just
Fantastic.
a great moment. We will see if it's a good effect or a bad effect as I roll real quick. So one moment, and then we'll get back to this. Are you a good effect or a bad effect? I rolled a 5 on my secret table. Cool. This is wow. I don't know if you all know this. I bet you don't, but this could dramatically change the effect of our adventure here in the Fate of Portsbridge. So, increased reward. This quest is worth 200 points of supply instead of 100 in whatever category the players choose at the end of the quest. So we can sort of, I wonder if it's something that comes from these sisters, right? Like whatever you choose, I wonder if these sisters like help you out with. So at the end of this quest, when we resolve it, let's find out like how they helped you even more as you sort of created a deeper lasting alliance. Very cool. Thank you all so much. That's really, really awesome. I'm so excited. Okay. So let us get back to, you can see that some courtiers in the room are getting antsy. They're like, okay, but like, what happened? Like, do you have the artifact? You haven't even pulled the artifact out yet. We're going to make this tense and slow and make everyone wait to find out how it went. So step 3 was getting in through the stables. Step 4, proceeding quietly to the castle's trophy room where the artifact is on display. So who has not yet had a moment in the flashback spotlight? That might be Kit.
Yeah.
Kit, do you want to talk about
All
your
right.
role in getting to the castle's trophy room where the artifact is on display?
Yes. So getting to the trophy room, I think there's a long hallway, and there are a couple of different rooms off to each side, and I can sneak into each one as I go. If I really, really need to, I have an invisibility that I can throw on myself, but I'd rather save that if I can. But ahead of us, I think there's a guard. And my hope is to distract them, because if I can keep them busy with something entertaining, like a puzzle or a book, maybe a coloring book, and some crayons or markers, something to do with their time, then I can get in there. So I think I will
Excellent.
have one of those just sort of slide it very quietly along the floor over to where they are, just out of sight, kind of over near the one of the other rooms. And then I'm going to use my dancing lights to distract them. And so they notice things. They're over there. Might go investigate it. So I think they
I
went off to
love
go
it.
take a look at that.
Oh my gosh, that's delightful. Why don't you make me a roll of some kind? This could be, it could be a spell. It's one of your like a spell attack roll, in case you want to say it's more the spell effect that you're sort of aiming that helps distract them off to that exciting sort of pastime.
Well, so dancing lights is a cantrip, so there's no roll on that one. But I suppose I could do it. I could do a deception, or I could do an arcana.
Yeah,
Either
either
one,
of
I
those
think.
sound good to
Or a
me.
performance. It could definitely be a performance too.
Yeah, I would say your choice, and we'll see how the roll goes.
They're all the same for me, so let's go with an arcana.
So this guard has like really worn armor. Like I said, this castle is kind of falling apart. It's the old seat of the empire. It's not really as highly valued, and so there's a guard here in front of the trophy room, but it's not a super high position of honor. This guard has like really, really broad shoulders, and kind of like a very beautiful feminine face, and like just maybe like family armor that's been handed down. So it's like well loved, but it's falling apart. And so what did you roll?
Well, so I really wasn't paying attention, and there was a little puddle of water, and I slipped in it as I was trying to slide the book
excellent.
Across. I rolled an 8.
Oh no. Okay, so the guard definitely notices you before you've set up this wonderful experience for them. So
oh no. Sorry, I was just coming to bring this to you. I thought you might be bored at your post.
This guard stands up, and they look like really relieved and excited that like something's happened on duty. And so you see that they are like just really gearing up to like get ready to kind of fight you or drag you off. They look like they're ready to shake you down and be like, yeah, I'm guarding today. Dang it. So what happens? Do you any of your, are you offering like, you trying to like find your way out of it? Oh, that's very charming. Do you want to make another roll of some kind?
Sure.
Like,
I will give, maybe this is I'll give a little bit of a performance here, I think.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot better. That's a 22.
Oh my gosh. Tell me how this goes. That is an extreme success. Maybe you even get something better out of it.
I think I even, I hand it off to them, and as I do, I sort of slip again to try and send them back where I had originally intended for them to go, and sort of push the pens and the coloring book off that way. And so maybe they're going to follow it.
Excellent. Yeah, and some of the pens and stuff, they like catch the dim lamplight in this sort of darker hallway, and it looks really like something valuable. They think like, oh my gosh. And so, and you're not like decked out with weapons, right? You're sort of a little disarming, let's say. And Excellent. And so the guard does go check out, like, what have you put on the floor? And so, and your push is like really expert, right? It like goes way down the hallway, kind of knocks into something and goes around a corner. So they're taking these big, heavy armored steps over there to try to check it out. Don't you
Awesome.
move a muscle, but it totally has their back to you.
Awesome. I'm going to sneak into the room.
Oh, excellent. And I think you have enough, you've basically created enough of a distraction that your compatriots who are waiting in the wings are popping in as well. Assuming you all want to be there, unless some of you are hanging back. I don't know, has the cleric
I'm
still
in.
talking to the sisters, or have you gotten away? Oh, muted.
I'm sure that if I were, as I'm inclined to do, stay and talk a little too long, one of my friends has given me all of the signs so that I make my excuses and take my leave.
Oh, that's perfect. Good. And I'm seeing people in chat getting some cool adventure packs and the lore books. So very excited that prizes are going out. Thank you all so much. Go, for other folks, buying merch will get us to that next milestone. We can give out some more prizes and roll on the Darcy table. Awesome. So you all have gotten into the trophy room. There is a big heavy door, so you can close that behind you. You can let me know how you do this. But step 5 of the heist is that the trophy room is defended by a pair of ceremonial stone warriors. They should pose little danger to bold adventurers like you, is at least how the pitch went. Who has an idea about how this step was undertaken as you get past their internal magical defenses?
Was it stealthy? Was it arcana-y? Was it who? Sorry, I'm table talking too much.
No, I think that's fine.
It's like there's stone guardians standing there.
Yeah, they're when you snuck into the room, it's sort of this dilapidated throne room or trophy room. There's some sort of tall shaft that's bringing kind of mirrored light down and sort of lighting it by foggy moonlight. But you can see and did know that the artifact you want is sort of in a little vault behind these 2 tall humanoid stone warriors that have not moved yet when you first entered. So, but you know that they will get set off when you try to get the artifact. And they're competent fighters, but you could overwhelm them. You could try to disable the magic trap that sort of triggers them. A lot of options.
Does it seem to be based on sight, or I can take the time potentially to cast detect magic as a ritual?
Oh, cool. Yeah. What do you do
to?
to?
I support that. Yeah.
Use a spell slot. Let's see. How do I do this? I think this is sort of the way you examine a campsite. You kind of clear the sticks away, and you just kind of make sure you have a nice surface to pitch the tent and where you're going to set the fire and where you're going to put the bear bag, all of that. So I start looking around, kind of examining the space like that. And I think that's how my detect magic works is that kind of examination.
Awesome.
I have to make sure it's safe for my troop.
Yeah. As the time passes, did you like pull that door shut? Did you kind of like throw your voice? How did you keep that other guard from checking out the room you're in? Or did they just get so entranced by like the cool trinkets you got? I guess it was a 22. I think they decided today is their lucky day and they have some beautiful.
I think my hope is it's like one of those very elaborate, relaxing coloring books has a lot of intricate, detailing and things like that.
Oh, excellent. You can see, the camera cuts to that guard sort of perched in a little chair, enjoying the feel of charcoal against those big spaces to color in. It's so satisfying. Okay, cool. Back to you. You're setting up this ritual. You're clearing the space. You're getting the lay of the land. And you're about to cast Detect Magic to sort of understand how it works, what will set it off so you can disable it. So what does that look like when you cast it? So you've set up a big summoning like ritual circle.
Yeah, I think I've cleared the space and I sort of have the lay of the land and I now can kind of concentrate and get the vibes of what is around here.
Excellent. Cool. So as it detect magic kind of lights up the room, you definitely see these sort of scintillating patterns coming off of an inset sort of pentagon in the wall. That this is the vault you've been told of, behind which is the artifact, and so that is really like glowing very brightly. There are some other sort of lesser magic items around the room. Maybe something shiny the rogue is checking out. I'm not sure. Many temptations are in this room, although the big one is really behind that inset vault. And what it also picks up is the sort of lightly carved eyes of these humanoids. Those glow a bit, and what you actually see is almost like it's light on dust motes. You see detect magic lighting up 2 lines of sight on a little button on the vault. And so what you think is, if that gets touched or pressed, that's what wakes up the guardians. So if you can find a way of opening it without that, or you kind of know that's the trigger, or there are many other ways to sort of break that line of sight. So you've discovered the key. Yeah, what do you guys do?
So what are you thinking?
I put my hands on my sword. Both hands are on readied, and I say I've been down this path before. I know what these things are.
You want to fight that?
I say we charge forward. I want to fight them.
Oh, I love it.
No.
Do the other people sort of step back, or it sounds like we've got a ready for action dragonborn.
I want you both to be careful. And I'll give bardic inspiration to Danikar.
Oh, I love it. Excellent. So why don't you make an attack roll for me as we sort of represent how this fight goes?
Oh, we're just going in. Okay, yeah. I will. I pull my long sword.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for it.
May
I'm
I
standing.
To give him to give Danikar advantage, to give them advantage?
Absolutely. You were the one who was like, so it sounds like you were ready.
I don't want to
jump
do
in.
it, but I will support because I don't want Danikar dead.
Excellent.
So
that sounds.
I feel like we're standing right in between both of them, and I go to the one to my left, and I roll a 7 plus 5, and I'm going to use my bardic.
Well,
did you roll with advantage? Because I did give you advantage.
Oh, you did? Oh no, I did not. Hold on, stand by.
Gotcha.
There we go. I rolled an 18.
Oh dang!
Oh,
very nice.
It's a good doink.
Oh, excellent. So you handily take out these magical constructs that. So who presses the button, or do you just start attacking them before they're sort of awake? Do you sort of just dive in?
I just went for it. I like pulled my sword out. I'm just
Excellent.
like swinging for the behind the kneecap of the one on my left.
Oh, excellent. So you are, and with, maybe deft, like maneuvering help from Eldwall and the bardic inspiration guiding your weapon. It is almost a dance that you perform here that, just artfully disables these magical constructs. So in moments, in a beautiful flurry, and do you have a tail? Do you have what's
I do
your
have
dragon?
a tail. Yeah,
just,
it's been sheathed behind the shimmering, transparent, luminescent robe similar to my light back there, but it's extended.
Oh, excellent. And it sort of sweeps past some of the chalk and other componentry of that detect magic circle. And in a, almost before the fight had begun, those constructs had woken up and been dismantled in artful ways and sort of clatter to the ground. You have access to the vault. Who goes and grabs it?
Wow.
Beautiful.
I stand back and I'm just like, wow.
I think take some inspiration from that. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
That's the only reason I went. I wanted them to do the work.
You wanted to be close.
Yes.
Excellent. So you touch the button, it opens up, and we get that kind of all, you know, the camera shot is all of your faces with like gold light sort of lighting them up. And we cut to the next step of the heist, and we do not reveal yet what the artifact is, but you have it in hand. I'm a monster. So the next step is ensuring the artifact is kept in good condition. Basically, now that you have it, don't break it on your way back. So pack it carefully for transport out of the castle and across the countryside.
I give it
so
the
I'm-
crane.
Yeah. Crane, help. The last time we've had to
Elvis,
keep things from
please.
breaking, like our bones, we've turned to you.
Yes.
I will keep it safe.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
I would
Um,
not.
Yeah, what do? Do you, you know, so I guess, you know, let's say it's smaller than a bread box. It's sort of, I don't know, like this big, kind of spherical in volume. I'm going to ask you to describe what this artifact is at the end as you reveal it in the court. But for now, how are you keeping it safe? Do you have a box? Do you have some bandages? What are you doing? Oh, muted, I think.
I have a satchel, and someone who I think is very wise advised that perhaps if I was going to leave the house of the order and walk through the world, that I should have clothes. And so I did that, but I still have my robes in my bag because,
oh, cool.
well, because you can't leave your robes behind.
Yeah.
And so I spread them out and I placed them in the middle, and I roll them up and wrap them up tight in my robes, and then I place them in my satchel and then put the other things on top of them so that it is secure and it can't fall out and it's protected, and hopefully we'll make it safe.
Oh, that sounds great. So I think this is setting you up for real success as you're, you know, even as you're sort of bouncing and ducking through different corridors to get out of this castle, to get out of this realm and sort of get back on the road toward the blighted dunes of where Portsbridge has landed. Why don't you make me one survival check? So a D20 plus your survival, which I think is 4. And this is just to kind of reflect, like, do you come across any, you know, hazards along the way that start to threaten the safety of the artifact?
I have a 15.
Okay. I think there are, you know, there are definitely hazards, but you know, packed it really well and you all work together really well. So you handle it gracefully. What do you think it is? Was it a creature or like a sand trap or something? What do you think you ran into?
Oh no, someone has to be better qualified for this than me. Anybody want to help
Anyone
me?
can hop in.
I like the idea of a obnoxious bird that is like stealing things and it just sees like, oh,
Yes.
shiny.
Like a real big magpie is going for your belt buckles, going for all the shinies on you. Poor Kit has lots of fun things, I think, on their person. On her
My
person.
nemesis.
Do you like shout it away, or how do you get around it?
Yeah, I think the first thing I try is doing some prestidigitation to make things less shiny.
Nice. Yeah.
Tarnish them, cover them with something that doesn't look shiny. If that doesn't work, maybe wrapping my sash around the various shiny things and helping other people hide their things with their cloaks and such. And then if that really were still push comes to shove, then I'll start using some spells. But
that's lovely. Have some inspiration, Kit. That's good.
Thank you.
You all do very well. The last challenge is, and the king is sort of nodding. You know, you can tell that he's pleased by these moments where you're helping each other out, where you're putting yourself in danger potentially to sort of make sure each other is safe. He's definitely warming to you. The final step is that there is as you're exiting the kingdom of Uncarn and getting onto the dunes proper to sort of make your way back to Portsbridge, there's sort of a rough, rocky cliffside, and that's just sort of challenging, not even to the artifact at this point, because it's so well, you know, cared for, but more to your bodies. It's just a challenging sort of scale down. It's always harder to go down those kinds of things than it is to go up. You know, it's more dangerous this route. How did you handle that? Who can tell me about a thing they did on that step?
I would have tried to bite the magpie. I'm just gonna say it.
You're going to invite the magpie?
No, it's like biting it, like getting back at it for like plucking one of its things before.
Oh, excellent. So that magpie, although it's leaving you alone, is sort of circling your descent in the cliffside, angered but also afraid. So you've got one of its feathers taken. Yeah. So who wants to make me a roll as you get down this final hurdle?
I could try with acrobatics, maybe.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I feel like acrobatics, and someone brought a bunch of rope, I'm sure. But getting that rope maybe secured, that's great.
Oh, that's actually not bad. It's 19.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, tell the king how you gracefully got us all down.
I think I'm singing the 98% of accidents occur on the way down.
Oh my gosh, very good.
Trying to get everybody to join in.
Do you join in, or do you? Yeah. Okay. The Dragonborn looks like they are
I
joining
did
in.
that and then stopped. I'm like, what am I doing?
There's no way that's statistic.
Excellent.
Now you have to join in and sing loud and hearty.
There we go. Excellent. The halls echo with your beautiful singing voices, a little hoarse from yelling at birds and doing various other hard things. So it's the final moment. The king says, the plan went, I will say, very well. I am grateful for your assistance in returning the artifact. May I see it? So our cleric is holding it, has bundled it up all nice. Who has an idea about what this might look like? What is this, important magical artifact that the king would want back? Any ideas? I'm also willing to listen to chat if they have any.
I like the idea that somehow it's something that has to have a counterpart from Erdwin
Oh my gosh.
to unify the kingdoms. That
I
they have to
love
work together
that.
to use their artifacts.
Yes.
That's really good.
That's dope.
Cool. Are you imagining? I'm kind of imagining like maybe it's like a seeing stone kind of thing, and it's one half of it, and it's allows instant communication, but it's got this jagged these facets shining out of it that sort of need the other piece to
Like
sort
a
of-
three-dimensional friendship necklace.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it is. Oh my gosh, it is. Yeah, I did that. We made that. Good job, folks.
But an ancient artifact version.
Yeah, and you can see that there's ancient scripts sort of swirling through it, but they start to get degraded as they reach the sort of fractured part of it. The king looks really relieved to see it in good, relatively complete form. He looks over at it, and I think he didn't know that the other piece was still in Erdwin's hands. He wasn't sure if Unkarn had been able to get both. So he looks at it and with sort of a bittersweet satisfaction. You've done well. I appreciate learning more about you and the ways of your people. I will hold up my end of this bargain, and I will assist Portsbridge in whatever you may need. We will grant you a boon, and we hope that whatever your city decides, it will be for the good of all of your people. And he sort of holds out his hands. Do you give him the artifact, or are you gonna pull any shenanigans? Crane, you have it. Are you gonna bring it up, or is there any final grace note you want in this moment, I guess, before he concludes the adventure?
I just want to thank the king for his generosity and assure him that there is no finer place than Portsbridge, and that whatever great magic might live in the stone, that perhaps he will bless us with some of its great abilities.
Oh, well put. That's lovely.
I do look back over to the clerics and like, you're gonna help me get home. And like, I don't, it's pretty good here, but I want to go.
You find on your way out that something lands in. Does your robe have a pocket, or what do you have that's kind of a pouch that something could land in?
My robe?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Is your
no, it's
robe-
just it's completely a garment. It's super
Okay.
sheer. It's like a luminescent
cool.
rainbow robe. It's not functional. It's fashion.
Gotcha.
No
Then as you're
pockets.
sort of exiting the chamber, you feel sort of plopped into your hand. If your hands are sort of by your side, just sort of touching on your fingers, and instinct has you grab it. It's a coin with the sigil of the Order of Magicians so it's the call me. It's the I'm giving you my number. We'll talk
Yes.
later. So you have that. And yeah, as you all as we sort of decide what reward you want for this quest, you have two choices. You can choose to add to arsenal or components, and importantly, you get double the rewards. And everything is really close with this situation with Portsbridge. So,
Excuse me. We really needed components, right?
right,
That was
those
something
are
we
the
were
ones
really
that are
short on.
lacking.
So I
Mhm.
think if we're really short on that, we're getting double. This might be a really good time to do that.
I agree.
Makes sense.
All right,
Yeah, let's do it.
components. I'm imagining that Portsbridge is getting sort of is somehow getting sort of a delivery of important knowledge or scrolls or components for magic. Can represent all these different ways, but also the three sisters send their own sort of letter by hawk over to you, the cleric, and send some of their own resources in thanks for all that you've given them, and in hopes that you will return to your siblings and share the kind of bond that they have. So
How nice.
wonderful. How
I like
nice.
that.
I love it. So this is, I think, a great point to call for a little break. We will come back after we all get to have a little bio break. Everyone, you can still go to leveleater.com, find out some more details about this. We are now 200 components up, which is really exciting for the fate of Portsbridge. And yeah, if you go buy the adventures we're playing or the awesome, really beautiful art-filled lore book of Portsbridge, you can help out the wonderful Lumpen radio station and Public Media Institute. And also we will unlock more codes to give away prizes for people. So thank you so much. And I think we will cut to break and come back in just a few minutes. There's a cool video during the break, so get hyped. In the meantime, And I'm told we're live. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting the stream, for watching us, and for coming along these lovely Portsbridge antics. I am told that you all are eager for more details of this hem business and the amazing garment that Danica is sporting today. So we're going to give you that, of course. Now, before we jump right back in, remember, there's the Level Leader store. That's where you can go and check out the cool merch and adventures and lore book and dice. Let's not forget the awesome dice that we're all getting to use tonight. And you can, proceeds from that can go support the Lumpen Radio. So we really appreciate that. And I'm told we're getting close to a new milestone. Yeah, which has another Darcy effect and giveaway of codes. So get excited, everybody. Thank you. So without further ado, we're going to come in on the Lovely Adventurers sort of mid-route to their next quest. So were you folks feeling on our little quest menu? You know, we really amped up our components now, so we're in a much better spot than we were. I think more spell components are always good for getting Portsbridge where we want it, but other things are valuable too. And so I know we were kind of thinking, noodling about one of the quests, like 2 or 4. Were people feeling the 3 locks or In Sight of the Sun?
I love puzzles, so
Puzzle's pretty good.
I'm one of, but I know not everyone does. So,
I mean, I love dead dragons.
yeah,
So it's in a layer of a dead dragon, right? If we can
Yeah.
reveal that. Sorry.
Well, they're both pretty puzzly. So
Okay.
Because I'm dragonborn, you know.
Yeah, I love it. So the In Sight of the Sun is the pitch is reclaim a ritual chamber beneath the lakeshore, undo its sabotage, and restore an ancient blessing to the land. So this one has, kind of big stakes for Portsbridge, at least as it is currently where it is, and but also for the kingdoms around it. There's the potential to kind of really shape the land. 3 Locks is about rediscovering some ancient magical texts that were hidden in a dragon's lair, trying to protect them. And so that one's more useful for like Portsbridge proper, probably. So, I would say In Sight of the Sun is a bit more wordy if you're into more like word puzzle kind of stuff. But there's plenty of stuff to do in both.
Tough, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
They're both good.
This is 2 and 4, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just looking at the rewards. The rewards are equal.
Mm.
I'm dyslexic, so I'm voting for Quest 2,
I support
Cool.
you.
Yeah,
which
let's
means
do it.
I'm actually voting for Quest 4. Just joking. Quest 2.
All right. Let's jump in. I'm excited. So you are going to be, so Quest 2 takes you over to, just so I'm looking at our map, a cool, like really far off cavern in the Erdwin territory. So I think we come up, we're going to start on a kind of a campfire scene just to get more info about your characters and where they're feeling in the should I stay or should I go Portsbridge situation. So as you traverse across the dunes of Portsbridge, you are over in Zosha, you kind of go across the whole map for this quest. I'm sure having plenty of adventures along the way, getting other resources and useful things. But we have you camping in the rolling hills and gentle prairies, although kind of also blighted, of Erdwin. Crops really aren't growing, but this place is still a place of very, wondrous beauty. And we catch you on kind of a bright moonlit night in this prairie area. And as we catch you in this campsite, I think we're going to need some descriptions of like some clothing on our Dragonborn. Chat is very hungry for it. But I kind of just want to know, what do each of you do in your downtime? And in particular, are any of you having conversations or leanings on, an attachment to this land or a desire to leave it? Are you missing home? So what do we see you folks doing?
I'm just peering off and having a drink, peering off into away from the camp and just reflecting upon our adventures thus far.
Mhm.
unaware of that. Indeed, the hem is now above my breastplate. And then I don't know how we got here. Do we walk?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you walk or do you have mounts?
So the hem is like completely it's followed us the entire way. It's like a breadcrumb trail, and I'm just completely
Oh
unaware of
no.
it.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. Beautiful. Kind
yeah,
of
so it's
scintillating as it's unraveling even more and more.
completely unaware. Yeah,
Oh,
um,
wonderful.
and
Uh,
as I stand there, I feel a slight chill, more than I would have felt normally had the robe been
mhm.
fully intact. Yeah.
What are you thinking about when you're looking out into the distance? Are you missing
Mhm.
home? Are you just thinking about the mission? What goes through your mind?
I'm thinking that Portsbridge is not that bad of a place to live. I'm thinking
Growing
of
on you.
shopping when I come back to town. I don't know why exactly, because I have,
Mhm.
you know, fine things. And I feel quite conflicted because where I came from was a you know, largely dragonborn, and
Mm.
but I feel a real sense of purpose here serving the Duchess of Portsbridge. So
Oh.
I'm feeling for the first time in my life that I have purpose beyond, and realizing that there's perhaps a unity sparking between these four cities, these four
Mm.
regions,
Oh,
and I'm intrigued
interesting.
by the possibilities of unification and fame.
Oh, interesting. But that coin in your pocket is still, or that coin in wherever you kept it, not your pocket, is sort of that parachute option too. That trying to get back to your home. So the door is still open, but you're finding your leanings. Very cool. I love that. Folks should go check out Jen's Twitter, actually, DreamWisp. There's an amazing piece of art that has already been generated from these beautiful shenanigans. We have badges now. Jen,
Yeah,
do you want to?
Kit is
Yeah.
just distributing merit badges for the achievements we've unlocked as we've been
Oh,
going. So we
amazing!
have earned the Pickle Pro badge. We have earned a diplomacy badge. We have earned the Better Angels badge, and we have earned the Best Friends badge.
Oh my gosh!
So there
Oh,
is
it's so
art
cute.
on my Twitter of what I have been doodling on this index card for part one. And we'll see what else we get.
Beautiful.
I'm
Absolutely
already a
incredible.
second index card.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Best
Be-
friends.
Beautiful. So Kit has made and distributed these beautiful badges. Kit, what do we find you doing by the camps? As you have broken for camp.
I think there's sort of the checklist that you go through when you set up a camp and make sure that we've got everything ready. And once that's all ready, I think I'm gonna take out my dulcimer and we'll start playing and have some campfire songs.
Oh, that's fantastic. You're in an area that's kind of close to the main hub of Erdwin. It's really, pretty safe here. And you can really enjoy, have a little moment that isn't beset upon by danger and dire need. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. Are folks singing along, or just sort of tapping their toes? What are people feeling?
Exactly that.
My
Perfect.
tail's swaying to the beat. Each
I love it.
of your third beat, the hem unravels further,
Amazing.
like toilet paper on your foot.
Yeah.
Oh, Danica, you got a little bit of a
Oh,
it just
my-
sort
I'm
of
so-
it keeps going there, doesn't it? Huh.
the song is so beautiful. I know not what you speak.
All right.
Very
If you
filthy.
get chilly, you might want to put on another sweater.
What are you talking about? I feel fine.
You're fine.
Okay, continue. I love your song. I
Okay.
love the
And I start on
dulcimer.
the next.
Crane, what do we see you up to?
Enjoying the music very much. Going to kind of hopefully without notice cast mending on my friend's robe there, and see if I can help pull it together and it's such a beautiful garment, it should definitely be in better shape. And Crane is also plotting a little bit. Crane's never seen a Dragonborn before, so always wants to get closer to Danikar and talk to them. And really, Crane thinks it's just a really good idea for there to be a Dragonborn in Portsbridge. And so, wants to both ease Danikar's heart about being homesick, but also wants to encourage them to stay. And then also is kind of plotting about how to talk to Eldwall about his sticky fingers, because he understands that it can be fun, but they that's not really a long-term plan for a life. And so but Crane's also just a tiny little bit afraid of Eldwall, so trying to size up the crew and make sure everyone's feeling okay and figure out how to get done what they want to get done.
Checking on everybody. So Danikar's amazing, shimmering robe is slowly reconstituting itself as they're looking pensively in the distance. We've got singing around the campfire. Eldwall, what are you up to? What's he doing tonight? How's he feeling?
He's definitely stealing. But in the sense that he's taking things to put them in other people's pockets. So he's not keeping any of it.
Distributing. Yeah,
I
really
mainly
cute.
just want to see chaos. If you think that stealing isn't a long-term plan, you're not stealing the right things.
Oh my gosh. Extremely good.
Oh, this ring. Oh.
Do you have inspiration yet? Because if not, you should.
I do not, but I will gladly.
You do now. Okay, good. Beautiful. I'm so excited.
So what are we all thinking about this going home situation? What are the different factors we have on the pros and the cons?
Oh, I've just arrived here. I don't feel I can speak for Portsbridge. I've been in servitude to the Duchess of Portsbridge, and I know her feelings on it. I can't tell you though.
Why?
Because I served Lady Mars. I can't tell you. I can't give you a briefing of what happens on a day-to-day of what she ultimately wants. If she wants to, I will say this, that she will bow to the will of the people. She is a wonderful person, a wonderful leader, a wonderful, wonderful Duchess.
Are you in love with her?
I am in love with no one. I only love my robe.
Is your robe named after her?
My robe is just merely a robe, and it is fashion, and I love fashion. And I reach my hand down to stroke my robe, and for the first time I realize it's actually gone.
But it's slowly being mended, I believe, or
yeah, but it's like I've realized for the first, I'm just like so above it all and so sucked with vanity that I didn't realize it was ever not on my body.
Oh. And
I look back at you all like slightly embarrassed, and this doesn't matter.
Very good. Yeah.
Well,
anyone?
I think there's so many people still that we haven't met, places we haven't been. I think there's so much to do here, and there's such a difference we can make here. This is there's been terrifying things here, but it's a remarkable place, and I think staying here might be a wonderful thing to do.
What would you like to do, Kit?
I think we should stay. Right now, unless something else changes my mind.
Meh, and I'll just lay down.
I like your spirit of adventure, Kit, but I think that the truth of Portsbridge lies in its people and its heart, and that where it actually is doesn't really matter that much, not to me, certainly. I've been here my whole life. I can't think of a finer place to be. And while I do long for some adventure, I fully intend to return to Portsbridge's home wherever it may be. I'll just see what happens and be standing in the center of town waiting.
As night falls and the embers die low, you all take your final rest before you reach, your quest area the next day toward the arcane vault that you've been sent to go uncover some magical text from. The night sky is beautiful and bright. You had just yesterday received this mission from the King and Queen of Erdwin. They've been very kind and open with you in Portsbridge, and they trust that you will actually succeed where some of their own citizens have failed in trying to bring back these arcane texts. So we're going to maybe cut to opening up on you have reached this vault, this arcane vault. The story you had been told is that long ago there were these ancient magical texts that were very powerful, and various people had keys to open the vault, and you needed at least 3 to open it at a certain time. Those were distributed across the land. Erdwin had one, Zosha had one, kingdoms that have already fallen had some. And over time, the dragon that kept this vault safe started to collect the keys, not trusting anyone besides itself to keep them safe. Just really, as Unkarn grew more powerful and started taking over more of these areas, the dragon felt that the keys could not be trusted. So only Erdwin had one of the keys left, and the dragon had the rest. Unfortunately, no one's heard from the dragon in quite a long time. And the worry is that the dragon may be no longer. And so you were sent to follow a party that had already been sent from Erdwin to see what went wrong when they tried to go check out the vault. So danger is afoot, mysteries abound, and the goal is try to find out if you can get a hold of those ancient texts. And if so, Erdwin will share their knowledge with Portsbridge.
Mm-hmm.
So you come across, I think we open up on, oh yes, there's one more thing you have. There's a little note, a little scroll that the King and Queen of Erdwin had given you. When they had their sages try to find out, where are these keys? Let's give these folks some hints in this enormous lair. The spirits replied with a riddle, or a riddling series of clues. One key held fast in graven grip. One key lies still on rotten hip. One drowned in poison, sunk alone, amid a hoard of shining stones. One was carried off far afield, then choked down a sorry meal. One is gone, now lost from our lore. Turn 3 as 1, unlock thine door. So I'll put that in chat so you all have it. But basically you have, the location hints of 4 keys. One, it just says is sort of lost to our lore. So unclear where that one is. So you have arrived at, so let me get that to you, but I don't know if any of you are excited about going into a dragon's lair or nervous.
I show no fear. I'm fine with that.
Have you met a dragon before? Have you spoken with them and so on?
I've never met an actual dragon before, just dragonborn naturally. No, I have not. Why would the GM ask?
No
Is there something to fear?
Just
Yes.
just curious, just getting a vibe. Okay, I've put those clues in chat. So you have arrived at this cavern mouth. Your dragonborn friend showing no fear whatsoever. The rest of you, perhaps in various emotional states, but at least if I, Darcy, were in front of this enormous cavern, I would be perhaps shaking a little bit in my particular boots. So this is a very intimidating place. There's a grand cave entrance, and it goes far and deep, and you can hear the sound of rushing water inside. It is, let's see, It's basically just really, really enormous. I'm sorry, I don't have I'll get you a number, but basically the ceiling of this cavern gets lost in the darkness. A person meets you at the cave entrance. He calls himself Kaldwin. So he is a kind of shaggy looking, maybe someone who doesn't look like they normally live in a city. He's got kind of a rugged look to him and has like fashioned a lot of his clothes out of kind of natural materials. But he acts as though he knows you, and he says, "Oh, you must be who the kingdom has sent. Oh, good, oh, good. So the dragon is dead. My friend is eaten." And my key, which the only one that Erdwin had, is nowhere to be found. I am so glad that the queen and king clearly sent you here. I will be happy to answer any questions you have, but we didn't get very far inside, and I am eager to provide moral support. And he looks like he hasn't seen anyone in many days now, and is a little unsure how to act around you. But you come bearing like the seal of the queen, and I think they sent like a letter ahead, so he knows you're coming, but he's very nervous. This is Kaldwin.
Oh, Kaldwin?
So actually, we have a little map that Twitch can we can switch to that scene of the overall shape of the cavern, just so you have that. So I don't know if you folks are able to switch to that, but it's not super important in the details, but it's nice to get the shape of it.
And did he come out of the cave? Like he's sort of hobbling around the cave, or?
Yeah, good question. Kaldwin is has basically set up camp outside the cave entrance.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if
I will ask him. Kaldwin, have you seen anybody come or go from this cave, and what can you tell us about it? When's the last time you saw someone go in? Clearly, you've been here. I would presume a long time.
Yeah, so the map is live over at Twitch, so you can see. He says that as far as we can tell, the last people in here, although they were here before we came, was some Unkarn raiders, and they seem to have felled the dragon, or perhaps the dragon had passed away ahead of time, but they have clearly been through here and tried to get at the vault, and generally made a mess of things, but it seems like they weren't able to deface it in any way. So we've seen Unkarn raiders have been here. My friend was taken by a large beast that seems to have moved in. So I do warn you that some enormous feathered towering creature is in there, and was the end of my friend who held the key. That is all I can tell you of that creature. I recommend avoiding it, although getting the key might be useful.
And I would say to Kaldwin, are you familiar with Portsbridge? You are, right?
I'm told that a town came to live in the dunes, which sounds like a terrible place to have landed.
And yet you live here.
I live in the dunes at the hills of Erdwin. Yes, we've had our troubles, but Erdwin is ruled by a kind rulers, and the lands I'm very attached to. I love it here. The land is great, even if the situations are not.
Yeah, fair enough. One day you will join us in Portsbridge.
Oh, very nice. I welcome the invitation. So he does sort of map out what little he knows of the maps of the cave's layout. So if you look on Twitch, you can see that, basically several of you have dark vision. You could look pretty deep into the cave and get a sense of it. It's sort of a long, it goes deep and back far, and there are little kind of pockets coming out of it. That sort of northwest like darkened area is actually a huge waterfall that's coming into the cave and landing in a large pool back there. That black square in the center is the vault. This is enormous. It's 50 foot on a side. This huge black, maybe stone, kind of hard to tell, cube that has that Kaldwin tells you that's where the keys go. Those are where the tomes are held. And it seems to be unaffected, although we weren't able to check it out for very long before, unfortunately, we were pursued by a creature.
So he doesn't have any like Arcana intel into like who made it
No.
or anything. Okay.
Yeah, he's happy to tell you what he can, but it sounds like he can't really tell you a lot. So we can switch back to the lovely faces of my players. But yes, the human scout, you get the sense that he's just really freaked out by this cave. He's probably quite competent normally, but has just been unwilling to go back in alone. So
So sorry to hog the discussion,
No.
but is Caldwin's like somewhat of a Forrest Fenn like conspiracy treasure hunter guy hanging out here waiting for somebody to solve and find the treasure? Like that's kind of his like a hermit a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Not if anybody here like went to solve the treasure of Forrest Fenn, which by the way I tried several times. That you know are that person, but
Yeah, the queen had said that there were 2 people that were sent there to check out the cave before, and he was one
okay,
of them
yeah,
because he has kind
okay,
of local knowledge.
got it.
And the other person was someone from Erdwen's capital, and that's the person who had the key and unfortunately perished inside.
So he's here on orders.
He's here on orders, yes, and
Got it.
he's
Uh-huh.
wants to be helpful, but is fearing for his life too much to be particularly actionable about it, and perhaps fairly, one person may not be enough to face this.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you can, once you were told about that waterfall and you heard the rushing water, you notice that the mist is so powerful coming out of that cave that it's even sort of hitting you even at the entrance. So yeah.
And I'm sorry, the mist is the shadowy part, right?
Yes.
The waterfall?
You got it.
Okay.
Mhm. Great. Yeah.
And the black is the vault.
Yep. And the rest, I think you'll have to explore.
We'll have to explore for the rest of it. Okay. And we're at the bottom, correct? We're at the mouth of the
Yes,
cave.
you're at 1. Yep. You're at
Okay.
the south.
Let's see. So, is there you said there's a feathered creature. Where is that in here?
Caldwin gives a bit of a shiver and kind of sketches out this map for you and is going to mark where they got to. Well, I can't say where the creature is now. It seems to move about the cavern. However, let me find really quick.
Oh, and I'm so sorry. We took a long rest, right?
Yes, all your spells are back. HP and such are back. Yeah, he says that the owlbear attack happened basically midway between here and the vault, so kind of a third into the cave. And it seemed to come from one of the directions, and it's a little hard to tell, so it's probably off either to the east or the west, but before you get to the vault. So maybe about 200 feet in. But it's very dark and big, and there's lots of little crenellated areas, so hard for him to say. But once you get in, you could probably maybe try to track it. But on the closer third of the cave.
Okay.
I have a spell that will destroy fog. Will that work on this mist that we can't see
That's
through?
a great idea. There is no reason it would not. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, that's good to know. So everybody knows that. We'll tuck that away.
Oh, very cool. So you're ready
Trying
to make this a lot easier to sort of see. 2 of you, at least, I believe, have dark vision, and so it's a lot easier to see farther in here. But the mist definitely obscures things and it makes it just generally kind of tougher to see. Good. It sounds like people are very excited for the owlbear and tracking it. And
Let's I'm gonna throw on detect magic. I'll do that as a ritual so that I have that kind of on and pinging as we go through.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
I start looking around and examining things because,
Yeah.
that's how I do it.
So as you come in, you definitely notice that, sorry, I'm just trying to get all my pages correct. Are you going in a marching order? Like, who's leading this exploration, I guess? Who's like looking out in front, or are you all just kind of spreading out like a...
We're all scouts, but
yeah,
we have one particular scout who's a scout of a scout. Scout
Sure.
and a scout. Do you want a scout?
You will never let me live this down.
No, I won't.
That's fine. I accept this. I will gladly go first. So
Excellent.
I'll start leading ahead and then I'm looking around as well.
Excellent. So as you're walking forth, you get kind of past this initial like corridor that
Mhm.
is oh, we got a code. I'm excited. Okay, I'm going to tell you what
Yay.
you first see, and then I'm going to roll on the table. So as you get to where the cavern really opens up and you start getting a better like wider view of everything around you, can you make me a perception check real quick?
Absolutely.
Or investigation could work too, sort of,
Perfect.
or even survival, something to be like, what do I detect near here? Um,
Let's go survival. Ooh, that's a 21.
oh my gosh, lovely, very very cool. So you have found a, I think maybe it's like a tiny bit of down. And you catch it even amidst all this rubble, but your eyes absolutely spot the bit of organic material amidst all these rocks and moss and lichen and sort of grime, and that leads you off in a direction. So you actually are going to come upon the owl bear itself, and you're going to see that it's a big old
Ooh.
owl bear. I'm going to roll on this table as we find that, just in case that impacts the owl bear scene. So thank you all so much for supporting Lumpin' Radio and this stream and getting some really cool Level Leader merch. We're really happy that you're supporting us in this way, and some codes for free adventures and lore books are going out in the chat now. So I'm going to roll a D8 real quick, find out what we are going to experience in this cave. Additionally, haha. Where is my Darcy notes? Okay. Doing a bad job at finding them. Okay, I don't know where my Darcy notes are. One of them is inspiration. So at some point in this, actually at this moment, 1d4 adventurers will have an advantage that they can use later in the adventure. So you're gonna like store basically a reroll. 4 of you do. So all 4 of you.
Hey.
Ooh.
The D4 can confirm rolls well. So I'm going to tell, I feel like this is not a particularly inspiring moment. So maybe we have the inspiring moment happen a moment after. As you come upon the owl bear, and unfortunately the remains of the second person that Erdwin had sent here, you notice that the owl bear itself is also has perished. So you are basically off a little bit to the west. Mm-hmm. And sorry, folks. Okay. You are a little bit to the west, and you see that there's like markings on the floor, like the owl bear was kind of trying to sort of eat its prey and sort of digging in here. There's sort of the remains of the other Erdwin person, and you can see that we're actually up against kind of a rock wall, and this seems to be like the start of a nest that you think the owl bear was building. I'm not sure if like in your scouting sort of like found out like, oh, a big furry creature, probably an owl bear. I feel like you made several leaps of logic in your like super good knowledge of sort of scout based things.
Yeah.
And so you absolutely discover this owl bear. Unfortunately, the owl bear is dead, and you'll have to, there's no clear reason why it is unless you want to look closer. But you rolled really well. So what I think you also find is this nest that's starting to be built. There are like little shinies kind of sequestered in it, and you know that like owl bears classically, collect little shinies and weave them into their little homes. And so you're like, I bet I know where that key is.
I bet you was in the nest.
And so you pull open a beautiful long silver key with lots of intricate kind of magical markings on it, straight from the nest.
Well, that was more convenient than I thought.
Nice.
Did very well. So it's sort of a somber scene. You have this, majestic creature that seems to have perished rather recently, and sort of the unfortunately perished human as well near it. So
While it's not strictly appropriate within the teachings, Crane's going to say a prayer for that
Oh.
owlbear because it's such a majestic beast, and
Oh.
I've never seen one before.
Cool. Is there singing? Is it just something you speak? What does a prayer of your healers look like?
For this particular creature, because not human, and that's kind of not how it works, it's just a simple blessing and trying to a kind of encouraging to the light, if that's a thing that owlbears can do. And Crane's just going
Aw.
to kind of cross their fingers and hope that it is a thing that they can do.
I think that is the inspiring moment, as all four of you have kind of a moment of kind of compassion for this creature that you couldn't even speak to and has, killed a sentient creature. It has a nest too, and it's trying to survive. So you have a moment of inspiration. So each of you will have a chance to re-roll a roll, or I would also allow you to do something kind of weird if you want to be like, Darcy, I would like to do a weird thing. I would like to cash in this narrative currency. So I'm about it. While you're having this moment, the detect magic starts to ping in kind of a northwest direction. So you're basically off just like hugging the east wall of this map. And you can tell that there's some several strong magical signatures coming just northwest of you.
Okay, then if we go that way, there's some magic there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Magic is
I think it's not a bad call to try and find something there.
Magic is good.
Not always.
No, it's all
Magic is
good.
magic.
Magic. Are we not concerned about the fact that the owlbear is dead?
What can kill an owlbear?
A knife, but all magic.
Is there, if I take a
Or
look at it and do some
adventurers.
investigation, is there any indication of what could have killed it?
Please give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
There's definitely something killed
13?
it. Okay, excellent. So what you immediately see is that there's no kind of external wounds on this creature. The other piece of information you kind of know is that it seems to have the sort of steps that it had taken most recently. It had actually eaten a bunch, and then it had walked away and come back.
That's
It's sort
probably our poison we're looking for. I'm guessing that.
potentially.
We know that one of the keys drowned in poison sunk alone, so maybe we retrace those steps first.
Very cool. Yeah, they lead you basically straight north, kind of by that waterfall area, as you sort of follow these adorable owlbear steps. I'm so sad I don't have a live owlbear to play with right now. I know they're big and dangerous, but I love them. So you can see that the steps take you far north, and that pinging detect magic keeps happening off to your west. So you sort of know where that is. If we want to flip back to the map, the hex map briefly, if my wonderful Twitch friends can help us switch back to that, it seems to be coming from that series of little dots off on the west side of the map.
Okay.
But do you want to follow this sort of poison lead right now and let the magic sort of sit for a second?
It's up to everybody.
Yeah, what are you feeling?
Well, is there a possibility that the owlbear ate the key and then it's inside of it right now?
It's entirely possible. One was choked down a sorry meal, but it says, so we got the one that was amid the hoard of shining stones, right?
Yes.
So we had one key held fast in graven grip, one key lay still on rotting hip, one drowned in poison sunk alone amid a hoard of shining stones.
Yeah, choke down a sorry meal.
That was carried off far afield. So
Wasn't there a dead person near the owlbear? Did we see if he had a key? When
Maybe on
he
his
held
hip?
fast in graven grip, when key lies still on rotting hip, it seems like either one of those would be an option.
Yeah. So the map is showing right now. So you can see that there's that little hex that has a bunch of dots in it off to the west. That's where the magic is coming from. The poison, what seems to be like poison or possibly choked owlbear trail seems to be coming from the waterfall straight north of where you're at, so just west of the vault square. So we can switch away from the hex map. And so you're thinking about some different options. You will say that as you look at the owlbear nest, it's not really shiny stones. There's like, it's more like a belt buckle and this key. It seems more like
Shiny treasures, not shiny
leaves.
stones.
Yeah, you're not really seeing a lot of stones in there. Basically, a lot of the stones nearby would be kind of river stones and not really gems.
Okay.
Although there was a dragon horde here, so presumably there are some shiny stones to be had somewhere. But the owlbear did not seem to take them, if so.
Okay, so this is not the shiny stones one. This is
I
the
just-
choke down Asari meal, maybe.
Do owlbears fly? They don't really, do they?
They don't.
Didn't he
don't
say that his
fly.
friend was picked up by? I mean, could there be two feathered beasts?
Dragons or
Dragons
Colt don't have feathers. Yeah,
don't have feathers normally, but maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of dragons.
I haven't either. An angel and so many feathered things.
So did we check the corpse of the person? And was there one there?
Yeah, I won't call for a roll. There was no key on that person's,
Okay.
anywhere. And with the investigation on the owlbear, if you wanted to like look down its throat a little bit, if you want to just like look in its mouth, basically, there doesn't seem to be any there's no key immediately. That's like it seems to have swallowed. It just seems like it. You feel better about the poison theory, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that seems to be the poison one.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is the poison one. We've got it.
So do you want to head in the direction? Do you want to kind of follow that to the waterfall, or do you want to go check out? Like, do you want to investigate the
I think the
waterfall?
magic area, because if the poison leads to the waterfall, that's probably
Yeah,
something we don't
Yes.
need.
that makes sense.
Cool. So as you go north and head toward where the detect magic is sort of drawing you, you can see that there are especially those with like dark vision are having an easier time noticing that there are like large stones there that seem to loom kind of tall and kind of thin, like statues. And as you get closer and get a better look, you notice that there are sort of tails coming off of these statues. And the Dragonborn is, I think, the first to notice that these are, let's see. I'm sorry. These are 4 statues of ancient Dragonborn knights.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got this.
Right.
I got it.
uh, so let's see. Yep. There's like moss and lichen overgrowing these, but there's 4 ancient Dragonborn knights, and there is a statue also of the long dead dragon that lived here as sort of a shrine to support that dragon. Does anyone, so that's like what you can immediately see because they're like big and they're dragon and dragonborn statues. Can I get a perception check from some people who wants to go take a look at something?
What sort of magic is coming off of it?
Yeah, good question. There seems to be magic not actually from these statues, but from something behind them, like set into the wall. The detect magic is leading you to go take a closer look at the wall behind them.
Set into the wall.
Very nosy.
I'll perceive something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also try.
Will
as well
too.
if I may.
Oh
Cool.
my god! I rolled a 1,
Exciting.
so free.
Inspiration?
I rolled.
Yeah.
Sure, I would use it. I feel like
Nice.
because it's draconic, I should have advantage. To
I
be totally
agree,
honest,
yeah, that
but-
makes sense.
Okay, cool. So I rolled a 20, unnatural 20.
Yeah. Who else got above like a 15?
I got a 14.
Okay.
23.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
A 15.
Okay.
Shazam.
Gotcha. So the Dragonborn notices that let's see. Just a lot of the detail here, right? Like, do you want to give me some details of like what do these knights and the statue of the dragon like say about who lived here? Like what, do you want to tell me a little bit about what you can gather from this? Basically build some world building of this unfortunately long dead creature, or not that long dead. What do you see in their visage? What does this read to you?
I'll do it. Being Dragonborn.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of unrest here, and there's a lot of fear here. There's a lot of unclaimed souls, in the sense that souls have not been put to rest. There was a lot of loyalty and a lot of deceit, and I shiver in the thought that I might have some link in the chain of this moment.
Oh, that's beautiful. As you're all walking through the statues, I'm imagining Kit might be going closer to the wall as they're following the trail of detect magic. One thing our eld wall catches your eye. You are really taken by this dragon statue itself. The knights, but you really focus in on this dragon statue, the way it's kind of shaped. It's actually in kind of a position that looks more artistic than natural, and you start taking a closer look down toward those taloned hands. And what you find down there is a key under the dragon statue's carved stone tongue. The sort of the like claw is sort of over its mouth, but you like sort of start weaseling in there and you find the second key. This is engraven grip, the grip being the tongue, not the hand.
Interesting.
Other things you are finding, Kit, is that there used to be magical sconces here. So there used to be something like really important about what was done here at the shrine. Definitely our Danikar is getting some complex vibes about maybe not the greatest things ever happened here, or maybe not the greatest people participated in it, but the sconces being lit was very important to whatever used to happen here. But the key is actually yours. So you have
Yay.
two out of 3
Yes.
keys, which is exciting. Yeah, is there anything else you want to do here? Do you feel it's definitely has a strange vibe? You feel uncomfortable. I think the cleric too, Crane, I feel like as someone who works in the magical arts and the healing arts, you get the sense that there's something about life force here. And maybe it's the fact that the life force it was dedicated to has passed away, leaves it feeling empty or somehow unfulfilled. But you're getting some strange feelings about this place.
Nope, no, thank you. And I just we'll walk out of this room.
Excellent. What does this key look like, do you think?
I like the idea that it's almost got like scales on it, since it was
Yeah.
like a kind of key, like scales
Like
on it.
forming the tines of the key are
Lovely.
Exactly. It's almost like a claw where the knobs at the end are.
Oh, very cool. Maybe this is the one the original like dragon always held on to.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Perhaps it's bright or looks like it shines light, even though there is no light for it to shine.
Oh my
reflect.
gosh, I love it, especially now that it's out of its maybe that's why it was kept in such a like compartmentalized area.
Yep.
As soon as it
What
gets
color
any light-
dragons?
Ooh, good question. Let's see. So because they're stone, it isn't apparent by but I guess the scales. What color are the scales?
Yeah, the key would be the
wonderful.
the key is the key.
The key is the key. I love it. I believe it is silver, but I want to make sure. We love a silver dragon. Yeah, one moment. Doot. I believe it's silver. I'm going to go with that.
Excellent. I love it.
apologize.
With the bomb.
No apologies
That is
necessary.
one of the things about running many quests. Sometimes I don't have all the info. Great. Yeah. So silver scales show on you. And of course, silver dragons have very common, close relationships with, the humans who might have been nearby. So very lovely. The sound of the waterfall is really almost deafening now. And it's starting to, do you folks use some kind of light, I assume? Or do you have torches when you're looking
I
around?
can cast a dancing lights if we need that.
Cool.
They can
Yeah,
fly out ahead of us.
Yeah, the dancing lights then are probably not really buffeted by the wind currents coming in through there, but your hair and your garments are definitely kind of flowing in some of these currents built by just the sheer force of that waterfall coming down. So very cool. So there's still, you're actually pretty close to that vault. It's that huge black, sort of blacker than black, right? Like just hard even for your eyes to get a good focus on. Almost, some strange substance, this 50-foot by 50-foot cube, really dominating the center of this cavern. Over east, you can see that there's, kind of far off, you get a good look at it now. There's another little alcove that seems to have more statues and stuff in it. In the back of the cave, there seems to be maybe more like rubble, maybe a collapsed cavern. And something you're noticing is like when you go into a dragon horde, dragon's like lair, you expect to see like all the cool treasure they got. And there's definitely like no big pile of treasure that you can see yet. And I think that's something that's a little out of place that you might notice. Now, I feel like it would be a lot for people to carry all of that off. So kind of unclear if it's hidden or what, but definitely something you notice. You need at least one more key. So which keys do you think you have now that you have two?
So we have the poison one and the one held fast in graven grip.
Yeah.
So we have rotting hip, shining stones, sorry meal, the lost key. And yeah, I wonder if we can do this with two since one is lost.
Oh.
The little poem said that turn 3 as 1, unlock thine door.
But if one is lost, is it possible to count that as a key because it is one of the keys, but it's lost to lore? I don't know.
You could go up to the vault and go check it out.
I don't want to.
And how many keyholes are at the vault? We should. I think that's brilliant. Like how many holes are in the vault? Like turn 3 is 1. Do they all fit together? Can we try to fit these 2? Do they seem to fit together? Let's go look at the vault.
Sounds like you're going to go check that vault. Cool. All right. So as we get up to it, this is really close to the waterfall, and you can see that there's lots of like bones in the pool where the water is sort of collecting. This seems to be where the dragon laid to rest. There's also, it seems like there's lots of coins and gems way far down there, but it seems to not have really, no one's really gotten a lot of treasure out, or at least it wasn't scattered around. So it seems like the horde you can see gleaming down in that pool. But that's just because you're basically right next to it at the vault where it was sort of protecting this most sacred area of the cave. And you can see that as you walk near the walls, there seems to be no writing, no marking, it's just like perfectly flat until you get about within 15 feet of it, and you see that on the wall that you're currently facing, the tiniest little keyhole starts to open with every step that you get closer. And whoever's holding the keys is starting to feel them get a bit warm in their hands. So it seems like the keyholes are presenting themselves as you get near the
It's awkward because I put them down my shirt.
Oh, it feels you feel that now. So
I don't like being not a fan of standing near the door, if I'm being entirely honest.
Oh, I love it. So you have 2 keys. Who's gonna do what? What are you gonna try?
Are there 3 distinct keyholes or just 1?
As you check out the first face of the vault, only 1 keyhole shows up there. But as you kind of I assume you take a circle around it and just check out the vault generally. As you go to each side, a new keyhole appears, and it looks like they're the same. They don't look like they're tied to a specific key. It looks like the same key, a generic keyhole will appear as long as a key is near for each facet of the cube. So yeah, so you would probably need 2 different people to try the 2 key turn situation, and you would
thing.
need 3 different people for 3.
But
for,
it's
if you had
turn
3 keys.
3 is 1. So
I wonder if by turning 2 and Lost from the Lore.
If we do this wrong, is there a chance that it will make it so that we can't do it right?
Unclear. You haven't seen anything that suggests that necessarily. No one warned you that like it's trapped if you try to mess with it. Nobody's really messed around with it in a long time, so hard to say that it's like completely safe. But your instructions were turn 3 is 1, and they didn't really say what would happen if you tried to. But
We did have some help from Vipe Edmore Lumpen. Go to the Northeast Cave. Is that coming from the chat?
That's coming
That
from
chat?
chat.
What's the
Yeah.
chat saying? Let's holler at the
Chat's
chat.
very
Puzzle.
excited. Yeah.
Let's chat it up.
Well,
I think
the
if
chat-
we don't know what happens if we try to use a lost key, we should go find a third one.
Okay.
I think I'm using a philosophical approach that is
No,
not accurate.
I approve. I
I love
heartily
the concept.
approve.
I love the concept of like less. It's like 3, right? It's trebling. So it's like let's not treble. Let's go 2. Like I'm into it. I was so
Yeah.
down with what
if
you're
you're
doing
into
tonight.
it,
Totally.
try something.
No,
well, so it's Lost from the Lore. I wonder if there's something
We could use to indicate that it's missing, that it's absent.
that you're presenting an absence.
Yeah. Like maybe it's taking the 2 and leaving the space and just turning it as if it were like holding it from the top instead of, I don't know.
Well,
is
if
saying-
it's lost from the lore, it means that we are accepting, we are believing in its existence and its history.
Then it's not lost.
So maybe you just need faith.
I hand a key to Kit, and I hand a key to Danikar, and then I'm gonna pull out my thieves' tools and go to the 3rd lock hole.
I love
I love it.
You're gonna roll your ass off, right? Oh, sorry,
Oh,
Twitch.
yeah.
You're gonna roll your.
no
You're
bardic
gonna do the best.
inspiration
You're
on
gonna do
this.
the best roll ever.
Nice.
Yeah,
I do have my
Okay.
inspiration.
This
and
sounds
I'm
like
giving inspiration as well.
Okay, cool. I'm very excited. Okay, so we got 2 inspirations going.
You know what? I'm also going to I will cast heroism on you.
Ooh.
Holy
I
moly!
believe that you could be entering yourself into the lore of history here. You could be establishing your place as an adventurer of legend. So you are imbued with bravery until the spell ends. You are immune to being frightened. You gain temporary HP equal to my spellcasting ability modifier, which is +3 at the start of each of your turns. At the end of the spell, you'll lose all of those temporary HP.
I feel like we just bought stock not in GameStop but in AMC actually. Like somehow, like
Yeah.
like what's happening?
I'm gonna
I'm
stand
so
next to
excited.
Eldwall and pray and believe.
Oh, I love it. Okay, cool. So the 2 people with keys, who are going to turn them, are not going to need any rolls from them, and they seem to be putting their efforts into our friend Eldwall here. So Eldwall, so you are, prepared, ready at one of the faces of this vault. One of the problems, is that this avalanche of water is making it really hard to kind of coordinate, hearing each other as you try to turn as one. So that's the only like trick. And I don't know if you want to try to do something about that or create a system or
Actually, I'm gonna ask Danica. Well, I'm gonna ask Crane if they'll like be the one to like stand like almost like equidistance from the 3 of us, and
Ooh.
Danica to count down.
Oh,
I
love
have
it.
a
I mean, Crane to
I have
count
a
down.
spell that makes water go away.
Yeah.
Maybe I can cast it long enough to get the waterfall to
Shield
just kind of
everybody?
stop for a minute,
Perfect.
long enough that we can
Yeah, that's
we
perfect.
can pull it off.
Actually, you
Oh.
could like be the triggering time, like when you cast that, and then you tell us this like twist, Crane.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. This is a good visual. I am about this. So I do want to roll, but we're throwing a lot of stuff at it. So I think Eldwall is the one who needs to roll. You're getting
fine.
bardic inspiration. You're getting is Danikar lending their some type of inspiration or just your like reroll ability inspiration?
I threw an inspiration period.
Okay, cool.
I just got really fired up. So I don't know if it's like even legal to like throw in double inspiration.
I like to be able to pass that currency around, so it's
Our
legal.
word.
Okay, fair. Yeah. Says who? Yeah. let's do
Okay,
it.
Eldwall, let's do this. So we're
Alright.
getting up to the moment. Everybody's ready at the wall. Crane.
You have imagination. Ready, go.
Yes.
Always remember, this is the day.
Only in Dungeons and Dragons, friends.
So I want
So it starts with Crane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crane, tell me what it looks like when you cast your spell.
A deep breath, touching the water, cupping it to my face, speaking words. And if it works, then the cave will go silent because the waterfall will stop. There will not be enough water for it to fall, but it's not
Yeah.
going to last for very long. So once you
Awesome.
hear the silence, 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Eldwall, what do we see?
So
as
I
the
rolled with
keys are turning?
advantage.
Yeah.
And I rolled the same number on both of them for a total of 21.
Okay. Okay, awesome. All right. Yeah. We're throwing weird stuff at this. You've cast a spell and are praying next to them. All of you are, really believing in your ability to get around this magical puzzle. This is you're speaking the language of magic. And I'm sure if the dragon were here, it would be delighted to see what you're doing here. So what does it look like as you, we sort of shoot the camera at one key turning silver filigree, one key turning sort of silver scales. And what do we see you doing with the, are you using your thieves tools? What happens? What does
It's
it look like?
it's putting the thieves' tools in and then just a grin on his face. Whatever's in here, I want it. Keys are for smarter people than I.
Excellent. It's almost pushing against you at first. You can't quite get it, and then exactly as you say that, it finally turns, and 3 keys, one lost to lore, turn as one, and the vault starts to all 4 of the outside faces and the top face start to separate a little bit away from each other in this eerie, silent move. All of a sudden, the sound of the waterfall comes back as the water, begins shooting down behind you. But you can see that on the inside of the vault doors, you see these really wild key-themed art, keys of all different shapes and sizes. But at the top, as you see sort of the ceiling inside the vault now, you see that one is made, there's like one giant kind of mural made in the shape of a key. And the 4 of you are found in that mural. What do you each look like? What's the representation of you? It could just be, it could be yourself. It could be an emblem of you. What do we see that represents you in this mural?
Wow. I'm in this. Oh, go ahead.
I was
Yeah,
just
you
going to
go
say that Crane only sees it long enough just to realize that it is them and just
Cool.
immediately drops to their knees and
Aw.
prays.
Awesome. I love that.
Danikar sees themselves in a basket floating down a river,
Oh,
shrouded
cool.
in the same robe that is either coming or going. I don't even know at this point.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. And sorry, Kit.
No, that's awesome. I love it. It's so cool. I imagine the thread just woven throughout the entire
Yes.
mural like a tapestry.
Yeah. Nice.
And someone's fishing on the
forming
river.
all of the images, which
I love it.
I actually added it to the badges.
Ooh.
It's not going to show.
Oh.
I'll take a photo. But I like woven like a tapestry almost through, but it's just this one unraveled thread, like the thread of fate. And I think
Nice.
Kit is there, and instead of a sash with badges, it's become a standard, and
Nice.
with a lute held aloft as
Oh,
as the
awesome.
standard is raised, proclaiming the stories and the achievements of the troop, which is now the kingdom.
Yes. Very good.
And I think Eldwall sees a vestige of himself, probably a bit of like, probably sunlight streaking down across his right eye, but over that bead of light, it's actually a skeletal form. And instead of an
Ooh.
eyeball, there's like a gold coin with a face looking out. The face has a smirk on it.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna need some backstory for all of you folks in the prequel that we run to this. I'm so curious. That's great. Awesome. So there's this epic moment, the crashing sound of waterfall, and inside the vault, of course, is sort of a like series of like beautiful ornate carved shelves full of scrolls. And some of them have basically turned to dust, but there are basically like 6 really well preserved, clearly the most important ones, scrolls, carried in sort of like vellum bags, really well wrapped. But those of you who use magic, and even those of you who don't, feel that there's incredible knowledge and enchantments within. So you are able to grab those and keep them safe from Unkarn, who keeps trying to grab these for themselves, and bring them back to Erdwin. And as well, the knowledge to Portsbridge. Very cool.
Karn needs to learn to share.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're, this is it. So you have, these were your last chances to get, some final resources for Portsbridge. And I think I want to ask, what's the message you folks are going to decide to bring back to the Portsbridge Council, as you're walking back across the river, across the land of Erdwin, into the dunes. You see Portsbridge, awkwardly plopped into this dunes where it's slightly more settled in now that it's been a year. What is the message you're going to bring? And you don't have to be unanimous in it, but you feeling stay, you feeling go.
I'll stay. I'd like to see it through.
Awesome. What about you, Crane?
I don't know. This is a really special place, and perhaps there are, reasons bigger than us that we don't understand, and maybe this is where Portsbridge is supposed to be.
Ooh, very cool. Kit, what are you feeling?
I think we should stay. I think there are still adventures to be had.
Oh, I love this. Danikar, what are you feeling?
Danikar stands. Are we back in Portsbridge right now?
I think you're basically you're walking up to the gates. I'm
Okay.
asking what decision you're coming to before we sort of give our message, in case you want to
Danikar
work it out in your mind.
pulls the coin out of his breastplate or whatever it was that was given to him by the clerics of Unkarn, and he flips it in the air. And while it's in the air, he is reminded of a poem that he was told as a child. And he says, "Home is where I want to be. Pick me up and turn me around. I feel numb, burn with a weak heart. I guess I must be having fun. The less we say about it, the better. Make it up as we go along. Feet on the ground, head in the sky. It's okay. Nothing's wrong. Nothing."
Oh,
That's it. That's all he's got.
that's beautiful. Oh man, I'm gonna have to.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful.
That's
you.
That's the Talking Heads, guys.
It
by the way.
is.
I can't
I'm
take
gonna
it.
have
Yes,
to-
it is.
Yeah.
But it just
This
sounds so
must be
beautiful,
played.
just as poetry. Like it's
It
gorgeous.
does. Excellent. Cool. So what is so the votes have been tallied. I will hopefully be corrected if I'm wrong, but I believe the extra components that you got from the first quest, and you were planning on doing this for components for the second quest as well. my understanding is
I
that
think so.
pushed an outcome over the edge. So you changed the
Oh,
fate of Portsbridge. Things were so close. It seems like people were really split on whether we should stay or go. So I'm going to foreshadow a bit what the overall decision was. As you enter the streets of Portsbridge, coming to some measure of home, you see that there's a flurry in the city as wizards and clerics and sorcerers and seers are busy at work. They're painting sigils on buildings and magic words on the streets. They're hanging banners and flags to catch the tides and winds of wizardry. There are, lanterns glowing, work around the clock. It looks like the city is preparing to activate that transport mechanism again. So you're going to go talk to the council. It sounds like many of you are eager to stay, but it sounds like as they took in all the word from different adventurers, the choice was made that even weighing yours, it was slightly in the direction of heading out. So, however, because we have enough components, I believe, Will says go with your heart. Excellent. So you basically have made it just in time that the scrolls that Erdwin let you take to Portsbridge, the components from the three sisters of Unkarn, and the myriad spell components that the king of Zoshar had given you, are gratefully received by the people starting to start the enchantment, and immediately add to the power of the ritual as it's being cast, which is very exciting. So I'm going to read a little thing about it. So perhaps your work helping the other kingdoms causes, so actually, yes. So you had talked to both kingdoms and Unkarn. You see that there are people from both those kingdoms helping your city as you have helped them. So there's lots of people here. And the ritual for everybody who has weighed in on this series of adventures. The magic moving through Portsbridge becomes visceral, like vertigo. You can feel it in your guts. Your ears pop. Temples and towers, cobbles and tiles all stay solid, but it's like their colors moray and shake. The sky vibrates. All weather rolls out in double time, and all the blues drain from the heavens, so only stars and stellar clouds remains. For too long, the city feels like it is falling or rising in the heavens again on an invisible sea. And I guess I should ask, this is, the ritual is about to be cast, but you each have a choice as to whether you are staying with Portsbridge, wherever it may go, or whether you are staying behind and letting Portsbridge go on without you. So I suppose I want to know the answer to that before we reveal what happens to Portsbridge. You have the opportunity to go or stay, although Portsbridge is going. What do each of you do?
I'll see what's next for Portsbridge.
All right. Excellent.
I'm staying with Portsbridge. Portsbridge is my home.
Yeah.
I just want from just the narrative perspective. I don't want to choose. I just want to have some naive melody while flipping that coin, thinking about while leaving, where just being like totally divided between two places.
Yeah, we leave it ambiguous as the camera moves away from you. As to,
so, Eldwall is the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Let's see where Portsbridge goes.
All right, excellent. Perfect. As in that moment, we cut back to what's happening with the city. The sky for a moment is many colors, and then it resolves, streaking like ink into a bright pink dawn. Rushing to rooftops and city walls, the people take in the world around them. The smell of a recent rain on lush grasses, the sound of rushing water from a wide cascading waterfall nearby. Huge birds flock out of a brilliant, almost blue forest in nearby glen, then fly over the city in murmurations. Above them, fading in the dawn, are two moons, strangers in the sky. The land is beautiful, but it is not home. So you have, those of you who have gone with Portsbridge have traveled with it to some new place, blue forests, huge birds, two moons. And we'll have to wait till next year to find out more about this strange new land. Thank you so much. Oh, this is such a delight.
That's so awesome.
Had a great time.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Your characters were lovely. Thank you all so much, chat. We were able to raise, I think, like $500 for Lumpen Radio tonight, which is really great. Thank you for supporting the cool merch and the cool creators who make this, all these beautiful works of art, the adventures, the actual art and the maps. This is just a really, the videos. I always love how beautiful and thoughtful and just sort of soaked through with creative energy this event is, and thank you for supporting that. I would love to hear how any of you play the adventures at home and what your characters do differently. I'm excited that people can go play in these adventures on their own. So yeah, I think I will wrap up at the end with thanking some of the people who made this happen, but first I want to thank you wonderful players. You were amazing, and thank you so much for joining us in this.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having us.
It was absolutely amazing.
And thanks
For
to
people who-
Darcy.
Oh.
Yay, Darcy.
Yeah, Darcy is here for the DM.
Very nice.
Yeah. So where can people find you as they definitely want to follow you after getting to get a taste of your work here or have followed you from your previous places? Why don't we start with Jen, if that's okay?
Sure. My name is Jen Kretschmer. I am a producer, writer, actor, creator. I'm also one of the writers on the newest D&D hardcover, Candlekeep Mysteries.
Yeah.
And I'm also the creator of the Accessibility in Gaming Toolkit, which you can find on my pinned tweet on Twitter at DreamWisp. I also stream on Twitch as at DreamWispGen. That's about it. I'm always around doing stuff. This was a blast. I love this event, and thank you all so much for an amazing game. That was so much fun.
Oh, and thank you for your sketches. Oh, I'm so excited to see the other badges this crew accrued over part 2 of the adventure. I'm going to go clockwise. So Gabe, would you tell people where they can go find more about you and your amazing work?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me at Gabe James Games across the internet. I do cosplay, voice acting, game design. I'm an in-house game designer for Roll20. I work for MCDM. I've actually gotten to work with Darcy on something. So I stay pretty busy, but I love doing this stuff.
Awesome. Yes. Look out for Ukatoa, which had your design chops on it. And a very cool game coming out in March from Darrington Press. Gabe does amazing work. I'm so lucky to have you at my table. I'm so lucky for this whole table. You're all amazing. Chris, why don't you tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, you can go to the IGs and find me at Mr. Chris Funk. I play music. I used to play music before the war. That was pretty cool. In a rock and roll band called the Decemberists, but I don't do that anymore much these days. We're going to do some streaming coming up, so stay tuned to the Decemberists.com. I'm putting on I've heard like Huckin Products and stuff. I'm putting out a record in a couple weeks too.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm not cool enough to have a website, but you can just go to like Instagram or Twitter or whatever. It's like a weird record I made here, actually near that player's handbook sign with all my droids talking to me and all this AI. It's like a modular synth record, and I like games. Games are cool. I'm working on games sometimes, and I'm very thankful to be here. Thanks to Will Heinmark and Level Eater and Darcy, and shout out. And you guys are awesome. I love Dungeons and Dragons and RPGs and all you nerds watching us tonight. So shout out.
Yes.
Passing the baton.
Yeah.
Nice.
Big thanks to the chat. Ariel, please tell people where they can go find more of your goodness.
I am allegedly at Ariel Contessa on Twitter, although I have a fitful relationship with Twitter. I'm the new director of Contessa, which hopefully one day again will be creating spaces for traditionally underrepresented and marginalized peoples at cons to run and play games and learn how to navigate the world of gaming so that they too can be creators. If you like my t-shirt, go to blackheroesmatter.biz and support artists and creators of color. And thank you all so very much. And yeah, this has been a real thrill, and the chat has been great, and you all were fun, and I cannot believe that this is my life and I get to do this.
It's a good day. It's a good day to be a nerd. Thank you all so much. there are a lot of people who made this whole event happen. And so I'd like to go through and make sure to call out some of those. So special thanks to all the DMs who were running games, virtually all over the place, who've run tables in support of Level Leader, past and present. I think it's a really special event to be a part of. Several of you have, been to Level Leaders before, and I think, it's a really lovely community, and thank you to all the DMs who have helped make it happen before. Our appreciation expands to every plane of existence. Thank you to all the artists who appeared in the video and the merch. Your vision fuels our imaginations. Thank you to everyone at the Buddy Shop for getting adventures and treasures to the players. Thank you for, helping us give away some of these in chat tonight. I think that was really special and something we're extremely happy to do. Deep thanks to Logan Bay and Ruben Kincaid from the Public Media Institute. My thanks to all the players, spectators, and supporters whose heroism helps us survive a difficult winter. Thank you to Will Heinmarch, who works very hard to remove him from any of the thank you letters, but without him, this event would not be happening. And he helped really shepherd our whole crew into figuring out how this lovely digital experience would work. So thank you, Will. We will visit Portsbridge again. Until then, be heroic, fight evil, and play games. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it, and we hope you have a lovely night and weekend. Thank you. Oh, I'm Darcy. You can find me at Darcy L. Ross at the places. I run and design games sometimes and market and community manage them. I love games. I love snails. That's all there is to me. Thank you. Thanks,
Yay,
Jen.
games and snails. Thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
everybody.